Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another video here on my YouTube channel. Today, we are doing our NFL Mock Draft 3.0. The Combine has wrapped up this weekend. I have watched it only for 2 days. I don't have NFL Plus. Maybe I should get it. Maybe I don't know. So I was able to watch defense, and then I couldn't be able. The way I was streaming it. I guess we can say it wasn't working the next 2 days, so I didn't see the offensive players. I've had looked at some videos and I have looked at their stats and whatnot and what they did. And here is my mock draft 3.0. I got to make sure I have the right screen up to know who goes where, because I did do a practice mock draft because on this site, PFF. The reason why I did PFF because there's not the other way. There's not that many ads on the screen. That's why I like to go PFF. I don't subscribe to PFF. And with PFF, you're only allowed one mock draft per day on the site. So I have to go to the other site with a bunch of ads, do a mock draft practice, and that's how I do it. Anyway, so this is the final mock draft for a couple weeks now. The Combine's passed, so we're going to be doing right now is a post-Combine mock draft. We're going to let free agency play out for the next couple weeks. I think once we get to the end of March or beginning of April, we will be doing our next mock draft on the channel. So without further ado, let's get into it. Tennessee Titans on the clock. There's been a bunch of rumors. I heard a rumor the Giants are really intriguingly trying to get up to number one. I still think the Titans trade. By the way, again, I should point this out. We do not do trades in our mock draft. Plus on PFF anyway, I can't do trades. I would have to go to the other site to do it. I don't have trades on PFF because I don't subscribe to it. Maybe I should. Comment down below if I should or not. But yeah, the Titans, I still think they're going to trade it. I still think they can trade it. I think the move for the Titans, if you ask me, I think they should sign a veteran quarterback for a year, let him sit and get something, trade away Will Levis, let the young quarterback sit under them if they go that. But I don't think the Titans are going quarterback. I feel like the Titans, they might say F it, give Will Levis another year, go in the quarterback next year. I think the more I have turned onto it, I think Abdul Carter will be the pick. Now, Abdul Carter had breaking news out of the combine. He had like something in his foot. I don't know if it was like a tendon in the foot, something being teared. I have no clue. I don't remember. I don't want to pull up the reports, but it was something where he could have got surgery and he would need to recover and he would have been out for his pro day, or he could elect to not get the surgery. And I believe he elected not to get the surgery. So I wish him nothing but the speediest of recoveries. I hope he's all good. I want Abdul Carter to be good, and I think he'll be good for the Titans. So Abdul Carter should be fine. He should be ready to go for his pro day. I still think I think the Titans might trade with the Giants. You could maybe see the Raiders trade up if they want for number one. I still think Abdul Carter now. In my opinion, Abdul Carter is the second best player. I think Travis Hunter is just the best player. I think we haven't seen a player like Travis Hunter. That's why I think Travis is the best player, because we haven't seen a player like Travis. But I do love Abdul Carter. To many people, he's the best player in the class. To me, he's the second best. I really love Abdul Carter, and I think from him transitioning to linebacker to the edge, I think that's going to make him a great player here in the NFL. The Cleveland Browns, the more the reports are coming out, videos are coming out, it seems like the Browns are going quarterback, and it seems like the going middle in the NFL is Cam Ward's QB1 in this class. Now, I'm more of a Shedeur Sanders guy myself, but Cam Ward's good too. But yeah, the Browns need a quarterback. Deshaun Watson, apparently he's had another setback. Deshaun Watson ain't good. He hasn't been good since he left the Texans. I don't know what's up with him there. But we have Cam Ward going to the Browns. I think Cam Ward would be fit like a glove in the Browns. Kevin Stefanski, QB whisperer. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Comment down below, Brown friends. But Cam Ward saves the Browns. Myles Garrett on his way to town. I mean, maybe you get a first-round pick from Myles Garrett. Maybe I'm being optimistic and use those picks to build around Cam Ward. I think Cam Ward would be a better fit for Cleveland than Shedeur Sanders, in my opinion. But we'll see about that. I like Cam Ward to the Browns a lot. Next, I have the Giants. They're going to be getting themselves the QB. Apparently, they wanted Matt Stafford. They're not getting him. They are in on Aaron Rodgers, which makes zero sense to me. Aaron Rodgers from the Jets to the Giants, man, that'd be crazy. Aaron Rodgers for a year, right? Apparently Fields, maybe Darnold. I'm hearing rumors about. Either way, Russell Wilson, another one out there. If the Giants elect to sign a quarterback for like a 1-year deal in free agency, which free agency is coming up in a couple weeks here, or in a week, I think a week. Giants still need a quarterback. You can't sign Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson. They're not your long-term solution. Shedeur Sanders gives you that long-term solution. Him and Malik Neighbors seem to have a great relationship. Seeming a lot of Giants players on the videos from Deion Sanders Jr. I think Shedeur would fit like a glove in New York. As long as Brian Dable doesn't be stupid, I think he's got a great quarterback. I think Shedeur to the Giants would be a great move. Hopefully Brian Dable doesn't F it up. And the Patriots, I'm giving them Travis Hunter, my best player in the class. He's a unicorn. He's a special type of player. He has come out. He's playing corner first. He says he can play. He wants to play both. He's going to work to play both. Patriots need a receiver. They also maybe they don't really maybe need a corner, but I mean for right now, Travis Hunter, pair him with Christian Gonzalez, maybe put him in some packages on the offensive side of the ball at receiver. But I mean, Travis Hunter, he's a guy you want in your locker room. I'll say that much. He's a hard worker. He's willing to play both. He's a learner, dude. That kid's a stud, and it sucks that I have him going to the Patriots. I really hope he doesn't go to the Patriots. I really want to root for the kid. I love Travis Hunter. I think he's going to be a generational player. He was saying like he's better. What he does is better than Shohei Ohtani. I mean, Shohei Ohtani swinging at a 90-mile fastball. Travis Hunter getting hit as hard. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know which one's tougher. Comment down below. Shohei Ohtani or Travis Hunter. Which one's harder to do? But Patriots get Travis Hunter. They get a corner. And knowing Mike Vrabel, he's a defensive guy. Pairing, now Mike Vrabel, if he gets Hunter, Hunter is going to be a lockdown corner. Christian Gonzalez right now is a lockdown corner. You have two shutdown corners. And I think Mike Vrabel would love that. And then now he can just, go find now he can go find the edge rushers, the pass rushers, the D linemen, right? He can go find those people. He's got two lockdown corners, and that's going to be dangerous for the Patriots. And I know they need weapons. I know they need O-line, but that's something. Free agency is right around the corner, guys. If the Patriots, don't address the O-line or receiver, then we can clearly see they want McMillan or Will Campbell. But right now, you got to go with the best player, Travis Hunter. Now, we'll see what happens in free agency, but I think Patriot fans want Travis Hunter. I think Patriot fans will be upset if they don't get Travis Hunter. So Travis Hunter is my pick. Jaguars, we got Mason Graham still going to them. I think Mason Graham could help that interior line of the Jaguars. Eric Armstead up there in age. I mean, the Jaguars, they need help. I know Trevor Lawrence needs protection. Could go Will Campbell. You can go get him another receiver in McMillan. But right now, you don't have a lot of options on that interior old line. Jacksonville fans, I've been seeing Bengal call it out. I've gone out and done my research. You need a D tackle. You need an interior guy. Pair him with Walker. I think Mason Graham's a top 5 player in this class. I really love Mason Graham. So I think he would be perfect there for the Jaguars. Next up, we have the Vegas Raiders. And we're going with Ashton Jeanty now at the Combine. Ashton Jeanty, I believe, did not work out, but there was an interview where he was asked, well, what if you get drafted by the Raiders or whatever the question was? And he said, I forget what he said, but this is probably the earliest Jeanty could go. And I think Pete Carroll wants to run the ball. I don't know who their quarterback is going to be. A lot of rumors about Sam Darnold, some rumors about Russell Wilson, the Shedeur rumors, Will Howard in the second round. I don't know what the Raiders are doing at quarterback. But if they can get Jeanty here, whoever that quarterback is, whether it's Will Howard or Russell Wilson or Sam Darnold, they get a guy in Ashton Jeanty. They're going to run the ball. There's your Derrick Henry. I think Jeanty is like Derrick Henry. He's going to pick up those short downs. I think Jeanty's going to take some pressure off the quarterback, whoever it may be. I think this would be a home run pick for the Raiders. And now the Raiders need a lot more than a running back. They still need help on the defense. They still need a legit receiver still. But I think they're going to want to run the ball. I think Jeanty gives them the best shot there. The Jets. I'm going to be honest with the New York Jets here. This team is like the hardest team to mock. There are so many like the Jets could go quarterback. But like looking at the quarterback situation, I'll pull it up. Do you really want to go Dylan Gabriel, Milrow, Jackson Dart? Why is Jackson Dart so low? I mean, but none of those quarterbacks really had a good day. Um, corner, you could go Will Johnson, Tyler Conklin. But for me, I think we're gonna go get help for the Jets. I think the Jets are the most hardest team to predict. They just signed Aaron Glenn. Why not go out and draft Shemaine Stewart there? Now, Shemaine Stewart, I've been saying, maybe I've been wrong. He's more of a project. I mean, he's only had what, like 6 career sacks or something like that. I mean, right? Where is it? The games sacks, 2 force, yeah, like 6 career sacks in his college career, bro. I mean, production ain't there, but I mean, if you were watching the combine, this man is a specimen. He had a good. I don't know what his 40 time. I mean, he had a good 40 time. I think it was like the 4.7s, maybe 4.6. I don't know. I don't have the combine stats in front of me. I do this, guys. I do this without a notebook. I got no notes. I'm going off the top of the noggin. So I'm sorry. I mean, we can go research this. But I was watching Shemaine Stewart has a combine. Dolphin had a good combine. Shemaine Stewart, he was a top 10 winner. Dolphins fans are calling for him. We'll talk about my Dolphins when they come up. But Shemaine Stewart of the Jets, I mean, they get help on the edge. Now Shemaine Stewart is still, the production ain't there. 6 sacks in his college career. Many people will say, "Well, Greg, that's too high for a guy." But again, I think the NFL scouts, the NFL personnel, they're not looking at production. I think they're looking at like the athleticism, which Shemaine Stewart has. I love Shemaine Stewart. I hope the Dolphins maybe get him, but the Dolphins have a lot more issues right now than Shemaine Stewart. But I would love Shemaine Stewart and the Dolphins, and he's going to division rival, and he's going to be sacking my quarterback. There, but Shemaine Stewart's the Jets. I think that'd be a good pick for them. And Carolina Panthers now. They're going to be getting themselves receiver, Tetarana McMillan. I've been saying it on this channel. I think this guy has a gold jacket waiting for him. I think this is the best receiver in the class. Now, Travis Hunter, what about him? Well, Travis Hunter's came out and said he's a cornerback. So, I mean, if Travis Hunter was playing both, I still like McMillan over Hunter. And I like Travis Hunter. I think McMillan's better than Travis Hunter. The reason why I'm high on McMillan. I mean, maybe it's because of his 2023, 2023 year where he had a really good year, and then he was the production wasn't here in 2024. It was kind of banged up, but I think McMillan is going to be a beast. I think you give him Bryce Young. Bryce Young now has a legit number 1 receiver. He's not throwing at guys like Adam Thielen. Adam Thielen is all right. He's like mid now. No offense to Adam Thielen, but he's up there in age. They just drafted Xavier Legette, and in my opinion, you pair McMillan and Legette, you got 2 really good receivers. I think McMillan's more of a number 1 than Legette right now. I really am high on Tetarana McMillan. If he turns out to be a bust, people will be clipping me. So yeah, I'm really high on McMillan. I'm really high on him. I see a gold jacket in his future, bro. Maybe I'm overrating him right now, but I don't know. Saints, another team that is very hard to mock. I'm still going. I gave him Will Campbell last time. I'm going to give him Will Campbell again. I mean, again, we talked about it. Will Campbell can play left tackle. For one guy can move the right tackle. Worst case scenario, Will Campbell moves to guard. I mean, you look at that line for the Saints. You get Will Campbell. You got for one guy. You got Panning. You still have Ryan Ramczyk. I don't know what they're doing to him. I mean, the Saints, they have a lot of issues, man. They're still over. I believe they're still over the cap. Saints got to make tough decisions, dude. And Will Campbell, I'm high on Will Campbell too. I've been saying on this channel, I think Will Campbell has a gold jacket in his future, no matter if it's left guard or left tackle. I think he's the best offensive lineman, maybe of this generation, man. I think Will Campbell's a stud, dude. I love Will Campbell. I hope he falls to the Dolphins, dude. And I don't know what is it with Dolphins fans saying that Will Campbell sucks and whatnot. There's some Dolphin fans. I'm like, what are you talking about? This kid's a stud. This kid is a game writer. Now, maybe I haven't watched enough film on him. I'm still in the process of it, but I'm loving Will Campbell. I'm loving the stuff I'm seeing. Now, the issue is the guard and the tackle, or was it his arm length? I forget what it is. If he's I think he could be a tackle. I think he has the tools to be a tackle. But again, if he doesn't work out a tackle, you still have the guard option. I still think he'll be a really solid guard. If he goes to guard, I don't know if he'll be a gold jacket. He probably still will. I'm really high in Will Campbell. And the Saints get a tackle, start building that old line. You can plug and play with that old line, man, now, adding Will Campbell. And the Saints, I mean, you could go quarterback. You could go if McMillan was there, I would give them the Saints that, but like the Saints have too many needs. I think, as we saw from the Eagles, guys, Eagles just won a Super Bowl. They won it from winning in the trenches. That's where games are won and lost. Saints add them a tackle. There you go. Speaking of trenches, I'm giving the Bears. I had them taking Calvin Banks, but after the videos I've watched and the combine, I'm giving them Anman Membu. Why are there so many guys with names I can't pronounce? Holy moly, I got to practice these guys' names. He had a really good combine, dude. He was top of the charts in the broad and the vertical. I think he had a really good 40 time. And many people say he can play right tackle. The Bears have Darnell Wright. He plays right tackle. Well, guess what? You can shift him over to left tackle. Worst case scenario, the Bears go sign a left tackle. Well, now you draft Menabu. You can. I hear people say you can plug him the guard. There you can play guard. You can play right tackle. You maybe move him to left. I don't know, but the Bears need a line. They have to invest in Caleb Williams. If you're a Bears fan, you have to. Old line, right? Old line's not the sexy pick, right? Bears have to build around Caleb Williams. They cannot let Caleb Williams get killed. And Menabu, I think he's going to be really good, dude. I want the Dolphins to get him. I would love it if the Dolphins could get him, but we'll talk about the Dolphins. But Menabu to the Bears here. Next up, we have the San Francisco 49ers. Now, this is going to be a shocking pick to some, but I have them going with an edge rusher here. Now, the 49ers, where is he? Is he not here? Oh, he must be a linebacker in here. The 49ers just traded Debo, right? Is he here? Yeah, there he is. I have the 49ers going Jalen Walker. Now, the 49ers just traded Debo Samuel. I think they had to eat a bunch of that contract. They got a 5th-round pick. There are rumors about Brennan Ayuk. They got to pay Purdy. And, they have Nick Bosa. Jalen Walker has great potential. I like Jalen Walker. I wish the Dolphins could get him. But Jalen Walker has a great potential. You pair him with Bosa, I think you got a killer duo there. Yes, the 49ers need O-line, but they can address that in free agency. The free agents class looks a little weak. Maybe tackle and whatnot, but you can't pass up a good pass rusher. You need pass rushers in this league, guys. And he's got great potential. You put him with Robert Saleh, right? Robert Saleh's the new D coordinator over there. They're getting themselves a stud. And now, will he have the good production? Will he have the production in year one? Maybe not, because the 49ers got a lot of pass rush help. And besides, I think they're losing Dre Greenlaw anyway. So I think Jalen Walker, excuse me, I think he could be a beast for Robert Saleh in that 49ers defense. And he's got great potential, bro. He's really got great potential. The potential could be, well, he's a good player. The potential could also be he's a bust. But you always the NFL loves the athleticism, guys. Now, let's look at Jalen Walker here, right? I mean, he doesn't. I don't know if he has a size. Let's see. Can I not see his height and stuff? Oh, first look, he's 245, 6'2". I mean, that may not be good size, but I think the potential's there for him. The Cowboys. Now, I have had the Cowboys having Ashton Jeanty, but I'm going with a different position. I'm going D-line. I'm going Walter Nolan. I love me Walter Nolan. This guy has really good athleticism and stuff, dude. The Cowboys, they're losing one of their top D tackles, Ozu, whatever his name is. I can't pronounce it, but they're losing him. Brian Callahan. I mean, they do need a line. Fuck, man. I mean, sorry for cussing, but I just realized I could have given him Kelvin Banks. Now, it is what it is. I forgot. Zach Martin retired. I'm in chat. I'm sorry. Sorry for cussing. I did that. I can't believe it. I forgot about. Man, whatever. We'll stick with my original pick. Walter Nolan. Cowboys need help on D line. They can address a line in free agency. But yeah, Cowboys get help at D line. They get Walter Nolan, who I think has good potential. I'm really high on Walter Nolan. If the Dolphins could snag him up, I'd be ecstatic. Cowboys that get him, Bone Man, are one of our big Texas A&M fan. I think he likes Walter Nolan. I think he'd be happy if he went to the Cowboys. But yeah, I got Walter Nolan to the Cowboys. My Miami Dolphins. My Miami Dolphins. We need so much stuff. We need a quarterback. We need a backup quarterback. We need another receiver for when Tyreek leaves. We need a tight end. We need probably maybe another running back. We need another corner. We need safeties. We need D-line. Dolphins are a complete shit show, and I'm sorry for cussing. We are a shit show. And you know how you fix this shit show? You go out and you get yourself a dog. You go out and you get yourself a dog. And you're probably like, Greg, what's this dog you're talking about? I am talking about a safety from South Carolina, Nick Emma Worry. This kid is a fucking stud. I'm sorry for cussing. I've already swore too much. I'm trying to keep this professional because I'm trying to be a scout one day, or NFL GM rather. But did you guys see this guy's combine? This guy he ran a 4.38. He had one of the top 4 vertical jumps. This guy has surpassed Malachi Starks in my opinion. This guy is number 1 safety. Malachi Starks drops. If the Miami Dolphins, I'm telling you right now, we need to get this man. We need to get this man. Yeah, I mean, I want him. The Dolphins. I mean, again, we need O-line. I get it. We need O-line. I know Kelvin Banks is there, but you got this guy to be your safety. He is the backbone of your defense. The Miami, I've heard he can cover tight ends. The Miami Dolphins cannot cover a tight end to save our life. All the tight ends were beating us last year. Let's see. Hunter Henry was torching us. Dalton Kincaid, Dawson Knox, they're torching us. Jets tight end, he's freaking irrelevant. Trey McBride was cooking us. Let's see. David Njoku wasn't playing. I'm trying to think of what else was on our schedule. But we were getting cooked by tight ends. Doesn't matter. This guy can cover tight ends. There is our issue, Miami Dolphins fans. O-line, we'll fix it in free agency. We have some picks. We can find these people. You got to get this guy needs to be Miami Dolphins. 6'3", runs a 4.38. If he's a bust, so be it. At least you took a dog. This guy was taken out of a spring game. And he went back and the Miami Dolphins, everyone says, oh, they're soft. They're soft. They can't play in the cold. You want to change the narrative? This guy will change the narrative. He will change the soft culture. Yeah. End of discussion. Nick Amanware. Can't pronounce his name. I got to figure out how to pronounce his name. He has to be the pick for the Dolphins. I'm sorry. God, we're at 24 minutes and we're at pick 14. Well, we gotta edit it down. Colt, I know I've given them Tyler Warren, but I feel like they could use something else. I'm going Will Johnson. I think Will Johnson's the best corner in this class. I mean, he didn't work out at the combine. Colts need secondary help. I feel like if they want a tight end, they can maybe get a tight end later. I mean, you got Mason Taylor, Harold, Gunnar Helm. I mean, there's so many tight ends. I think the Colts would be happy getting one of those guys. I think they can get Will Johnson probably is a top 10 player in the class at 14. I think they're smiling ear to ear. Falcons go edge. We're giving them the hometown kid, Michael Williams. Falcons get an edge rusher help. They need edge. We said they should take an edge last year. They take Michael Penix Jr., shocker of them all. But yeah, they get Michael Williams, who I think is going to be a beast. He's got great potential. And these Georgia pass rushers, man, they're something. They are something. 6'5", 265. This guy already sounds like a stud. I think he could use a little development there. But I like Michael Williams. I mean, if I wasn't taking Nick, whatever his name is. By the way, I should mention this now. I forgot. Dude, Nick, he might not go in the first round, but after his combine, he probably will. We've seen the thing with the safeties and whatnot. I figured I'd point that out. Anyway, I hate to take the spotlight off Michael Williams. think he's going to be a stud. Arizona Cardinals. Well, guess what? They need a guard. This is a change of plans. I'm changing my mock draft. I originally gave them James Pierce Jr. Well, seeing as Kelvin Banks is on the board and they need guard, there you go. Kelvin Banks to the Cardinals. Many people say he's going to be transitioning to guard in the NFL, and there you go. Kelvin Banks to the Cardinals. You get probably a guy who will probably maybe would go up here, a top 10 at 16. You're smiling ear to ear. Bengals, we're giving them help on the edge. Mike Green, dude, I don't understand the James Pierce slander, dude. Actually, I think I don't know. Mike Green, we'll get to James Pierce if we get to him. Mike Green, stud. I don't think he had a really good combine. I still think he'll go the first round after that amazing Senior Bowl. I still think Mike Green's talented. Bengals need help on the edge. They get their guy in Mike Green. I just realized I have my original pick for Seattle is gone, by the way. But yeah, Mike Green goes help the Bengals. He goes and helps the Bengals get help on the edge. You know what? Screw it. After his combine, I can't deny him. I'm sorry. I love James Pierce Jr. I played with him in the college football game. Electric. He had a really good combine, ran a 4.47. Seattle needs help on the edge. Well, guess what? James Pierce Jr. is there. I think he kind of fits what Mike McDonald is doing there. Now, I probably think Nick Warry, could be the pick here for Seattle. He got compared to DK Metcalf, by the way, as well. But I think if I didn't take him for my Dolphins, he'd probably be the pick here. But Seattle needs help at edge. I think James Pierce Jr. is a first round. The only way he's not a first rounder is because of his character issues, which is such a stupid reason not to draft someone. If someone's an a-hole, I'm drafting them because drafting an a-hole means they want to win. I don't give a shit if he has character issues. He wants to win, and if he's a guy that wants to go out and have a good time at the club, then and that's quote character issues, then that's a different story. But if he's just an a-hole in the building and if he is a winner, then you gotta take him. But if he's doing like the club stuff, then yeah, he's not a first rounder. But I love James Pierce Jr. 4.47 40, really good. I don't know if he had a good year at Tennessee. Maybe I don't remember. But I like him. I'm high on him. I think he's a first round pick, dude. Buccaneers. Who do they have the Bucs taken? Oh yeah, that's right. I have the Bucs taking Luther Burden. That's if Chris Godwin doesn't get re-signed. Chris Godwin is a free agent. Mike Evans is up there in age. Chris Godwin, even if they re-sign him, I think they should still look at receiver. Maybe not at 19, but they need other help too. Mike Evans is up there in age. Chris Godwin's up there in age. He gets hurt. Mike Evans gets hurt. Luther Burden probably is a top 10 pick in most years. I think he's really good. If we look at his stats from last year, he really didn't put up the numbers he did in 2023. And even in 2022, he didn't put up those numbers. But I still think Luther Burden's a talented receiver. You pair him with Baker Mayfield. If they sign Chris Godwin and have Mike Evans, you make him the third receiver. I mean, they do got some talented receivers. But I don't see what's his name? Jalen McMillan, I think his name is. I don't see him maybe being maybe Bucks fan. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if he could become Mike Evans or Chris Godwin. Maybe you draft Luther Burden Bucks. You have Luther Burden and Jalen McMillan, and they take over your Chris Godwin, Mike Evans. Boom, you have two good receivers, and they're young. But I think Luther Burden should be the pick, or not. That's my pick for the Bucks. Luther Burden, especially with Chris Godwin being a free agent. I can't believe it. I have this man still here. Tyler Warren falling to pick 20. If you're a Denver Bronco fan, or if you're a Denver Bronco GM, you're a Denver Bronco coach, you are smiling to the moon and back. If Tyler Warren, I don't know how I had him falling to 20. If he's there, Broncos, Sean Payton might have some stuff coming out of his pants, man. Because they need a tight end. They need a tight end. I don't know if it's their top need, but you get a guy like Tyler Warren who can do it all, man. For Bo Nix, that would be such a weapon. I think Sean Payton would be, I think it'd be oozing, man. Steelers. I have them taking Jahan Barron. he had a really good combine, in my opinion. I think he ran what, 4.4. He can play nickel, he can play safety, he can play corner. I think that's more of a Mike Tomlin guy. Yes, they need receiver. George Pickens is, you can't have one. They have running back needs. Najee and Warren, I believe, are both free agents. But they need help on the defense too. Their defense was getting torched at the end of the year. Philly torched them. Baltimore torched them. I mean, they need help on the defense. Jahan Barron, there you go. Put him in the nickel. You can put him at safety. Bengal is high on him. I'm loving what I'm seeing for Jahan Barron. I wouldn't mind the Dolphins taking him at 13. I think Jahan Barron's really good, bro. I think he's really good. He had a really good game against the Georgia Bulldogs. I like Jahan Barron. I'm high on him. I'm not really high on him like Bengal is, but like I'm high on him, man. I think that kid could be a stud. Chargers. Another shocking pick. We have Omari Hampton. He also had a really good combine. P.S. I didn't watch Saturday and Sunday, so I don't know how he did, but I heard he had a really good combine. And to some people, Omari and Hampton is higher on their boards than Ashton Genty. So, I mean, maybe the Chargers, J.K. Dobbins is a free agent. Nick Chubb, I think he might be a good fit with the Chargers. Nick Chubb to the Chargers, is that a good fit? Yes or no? Comment down below. But I still think Omari Hampton, he might not go in the. I honestly, to be honest with you, there's only like two other running backs. It's him or Trayvon Henderson going in the first round. I only see Genty going in the first round. But Omari Hampton, Jim Harbaugh likes to run the ball. I mean, Colston Loveland. I mean, that's another good pick for the Chargers, but like it's a deep tight end class. So I mean, I don't know. I just don't know anymore. I just do this for fun. I'm having fun doing these videos. I hope you guys are enjoying me do this. Green Bay Packers. I will point out there's a rumor going around. The Green Bay Packers are potentially trading the 23rd pick along with either Romeo Doubs or Jaden Wicks or Devontae Wicks over to, that's a big rumor, to Seattle for DK Metcalf. Now, nothing's confirmed, but that was a rumor I was hearing. I think that would be a good trade for Green Bay. They need a number one receiver. Seattle's kind of going in a different direction. But it wouldn't hurt. I think that'd be a good trade. Anyway, I have the Green Bay Packers going with Kenneth Grant, Michigan D lineman. You pair him with Rashawn Gary, another Michigan boy. Packers trenches. I have given the Packers corner because maybe Jaire Alexander, gets released. I've been hearing rumors about that. They could go corner, but I think they go defense. Defense line's more important. They get Kenneth Grant. I still got to watch film on Kenneth Grant. I love Kenneth Grant. I love Kenneth Grant. I got to maybe watch more film on him, but I love him. I love Kenneth Grant. Vikings. They're going to be going with, nope, not that guy. I think I gave them, I'm giving them Tyler Booker, Alabama lineman. I heard he did not have a good combine. I still think he'll go in the first round. Vikings need help in the interior lineman. Tyler Booker gives them that. If you were watching the Rams game, their old interior line was getting cooked. Tyler Booker gives them the protection they need. I don't know if it's going to be even if it's J.J. McCarthy, whether it's Daniel Jones, whether it's Sam Darnold. I just think they need help at O-line because you put JJ behind there, you put Sam, you put Daniel Jones, they're just going to get killed. So Tyler Booker's there. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if Walter Nolan's still there. I think that's a good pick for him, for Brian Flores' defense. But you got to get your quarterback some protection. Same thing with the Texans. Now, I mocked them with Emeka Egbuka. Well, now guess what? I'm giving them an O-lineman. Gary Zabel, who had a really killer Senior Bowl. He had a really good combine from what I hear. This kid has made himself some money. Show me the money. Show Gary Zabel the money. I would love the Dolphins to get him. I mean, this guy can play tackle. He can play guard. He can play center. I heard he played tackle at North Dakota State, but people were saying he can play guard or center. I think if the Texans draft him, he will be playing guard. Texans need help on the interior. Same thing with the Vikings. They need help on the interior. And I think Tyler Booker would also be a good fit for the Houston Texans. But Gary Zabel to the Texans, give them help on the old line there. The LA Rams. Now, the news has came out. They have re-signed tackle Aldrick Johnson, I think his name is. Matthew Stafford's coming back. Well, Cooper Kupp's still on the trade market. How about we go get Stafford another weapon? Matthew Golden. I know Bengals high in him. My dad's high in Matthew Golden. He wants to draft Matthew Golden and get Tyreek out of here. He's not a big Tyreek fan, by the way, my dad. But I love Matthew Golden. I think he made himself some money too this weekend at the combine. He ran 4.28 or something like that. By the way, I have to call this out from the combine. Isaiah Bond and Jalen Blue, you guys can't be up there talking that smack and then run a 4.44. Come on, bro. Come on. You can't be up there talking all that and then run a 4.4. Just saying that. But yeah, Matthew Golden, pairing with Puka, he's got the speed. He's got good catching. What else? There's something he was I'm trying to think of. There's something I heard he was lacking. Oh, it was like his IQ or something like that because he's a tendency to like not run the right route. Maybe it's something like that. I don't know, guys. Don't trust me. Mock draft 4.0 after the combine. I am gonna nail it. I'm promising you that. I'm gonna have everything. I mean, I might prepare notes because I just do this off the top. Maybe mock draft 4.0. I'll have a script. I'll bring my notes. I'll bring a notebook. I'll bring my notes. Maybe we'll do that. I don't know. But Matthew Golden, Puka Nacua, Stafford, there you go. Ravens. Now, I'm not saying this is a Kyle Hamilton replacement, but since he's fallen this far, Malachi Starks, now I think, honestly, him and Nick, they might fall out of the second round, just the tendency with safeties. We've seen it with Brian Branch. I'll bring I'll do more research because I've given the Brian Branch example many times, but I think the Ravens, it's not a Kyle Hamilton replacement by any means. I think this is just the best player. I think the Ravens would love to have a guy like this. I was listening to a clip by Rich Eisen and Daniel Jeremiah today. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked by this either, but we're looking at like 27 to like 32. These teams might trade out, so maybe teams will trade up. That would be a little fun for us on draft night. Malachi Starks for the Ravens, I think that's just the best player on the board, and the Ravens are happy with that. Next up, the Lions. I gave this player to him before. I'm giving it to him again. Donovan Ezerokru. I figured out how to pronounce his name. He did not have like a good 40 time, but he was really good at the drills. I like him. I think that would be a great fit for the Lions. They need help at edge. I believe Za'Darius Smith is either a free agent or he's still with the team, but he's up there in age. Aidan Hutchinson, he's going to be coming back off injury. You need to compete with Philly. To compete with Philly for the Detroit Lions, they're going to need help with D-line. They're going to need help with O-line. You want to compete with Philly, Detroit? Dominic Eggers-Raru, you bring him in, you pair him with Hutchinson, Za'Darius Smith, what you got going on that D-line. Just got to stay healthy for next year. And then, boom, you're competing with Philly with that pick. I'm high on him. I'm high on him after the combine. Next up, how about the Washington Commanders? They trade a 5th-round pick for Debo. So Jaden Daniels gets their receiver. I don't think we've had a receiver mock to them, but I know some people have. But they're going to get help for their quarterback, Josh Simmons. He has been falling off the boards. I've seen him go like top 15. He's been falling. I don't know if it's because of the injury. I just don't know. I think it might be because of the injury. That's why I have him falling this far. If the Rams didn't re-sign their tackle, I think he would go to the Rams in my mocks. But Josh Simmons, got to invest in your quarterback there, Washington. So I don't know if he can play guard at all. If you're looking for a guy who can play guard and tackle, then you maybe go Donovan Johnson instead of Josh Simmons. But if you're looking for a true tackle, then him. Let me look this. I'll have to look that. I'm not going to look at it. It's 1:14 when I'm recording this. I want to get to bed. But I'll have to look to see who the Washington Commanders tackles are. So that way I know. But Washington invests in Jaden Daniels. Next up, the Buffalo Bills. Who did I have the Bills getting? That's right. I have them getting a D lineman to pair with Ed Oliver, Derek Harmon. He also had a really good combine from what I've heard. I did watch the tackles, but sometimes D tackles were on Thursday. Never mind, I was at work, so maybe I didn't see it. But Derek Harmon had a really good combine. I mean, you could go Emeka Buka here for the Bills, but Derek Harmon, you pair him with Ed Oliver. Again, what we learned from the Super Bowl. The Eagles have a pass rush. That's how they beat the Chiefs. You know what I mean? So if Buffalo wants to compete or beat the Chiefs to go to the Super Bowl, which I hope doesn't happen because I hate the fucking Buffalo Bills. Sorry for cussing. And I'm sorry, you Bills fans watching. I'm a Dolphins fan. I hate your team. I'm sorry. What do you want me to do? I'm sorry. I gotta keep. Next time I gotta keep it professional. I'm sorry. But Bills, if you want to go to the Super Bowl, you want to be Patrick Mahomes. Draft a guy like Derek Harmon who can cause Patrick Mahomes to go crazy. You can maybe make Patrick Mahomes, look like himself in the Super Bowl this past year. So Derek Harmon to Buffalo. Final 2 picks here. Chiefs, I've been giving them a tackle. I'm going to keep giving them a tackle. Josh Connolly Jr., another guy who had a really good combine. Chiefs need a tackle. You can't be playing a Super Bowl with Joe Thuney, who plays left guard or right guard, as your tackle in the starting Super Bowl. So, Chiefs, there you go. And finally, the Philadelphia Eagles are going to select Jahad Campbell, linebacker from Alabama. If I can I close this, please? I don't know. Can I just hold on? Let me hit stop sharing. Can I please close this? Thank you. Now I will share my screen. I'm sorry for that. These ads, man. Anyway, Jahad Campbell, Howie Roseman, he loves his Alabama players. He loves his Georgia players. Jahad Campbell, I mean, they're losing Josh Sweat, right? They're losing Josh Sweat, I believe. I heard Campbell can play edge. He can play linebacker. But, you add him on a Vic Fangio defense. You add him with a room full of Alabama and Georgia players. I mean, dude, Eagles loading up on that D-line. So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is my mock draft 3.0. Comment down below. Did I get your team's pick right? Did I get your team's need right? I can't. Well, there we go. My screen wasn't loading. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, comment down below. Did I get your team's pick right? Did I talk good about your team? Did I talk bad about your team? Comment down below. What do you like about my mock draft? What don't you like about my mock draft? Comment that down below. Please help me. Please educate me about your team. Maybe you're a Jets fan and you can educate me about your team, even though I'm a Dolphins fan and I don't know much about my division rival, except that Aaron Rodgers is leaving. But comment down below, man. Comment down below. That is mock draft 3.0. Post combine mock draft 4.0 is going to come out in a few weeks. Free agency is going to happen. Every team is going to be making signings, making trades, and we'll get a good idea of what teams need for the draft. And then we'll have a good mock draft 4.0. Excited for that. Hit like, hit subscribe. And I guess like and subscribe. You guys motivate me to keep doing this, guys. It takes 1 second to hit like, 1 to hit sub. If you're already subscribed, it takes 1 second to hit like. And thank you for joining me. I hope you all have a great day or have a great night, depending on when you're watching this video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. I'm out.